Hello, welcome to my study practice quiz for upcoming circumference and area quiz. I'm going to work these problems out. There's 6 of them, and we'll get started. Find the area of the circle. Give your answer in terms of pi. Okay. Well, the circumference is pi over 7. So I'm going to write that down here. For number 1, the circumference is equal to pi over 7. And perhaps I'll try to move in a little bit tighter here. Okay. If the now we have to remember that the circumference is diameter times pi. And so I need to massage this a little bit here. Uh, this is the same thing as pi over 7 is the same thing as 1/7 times pi. And now this looks exactly like diameter times pi. So that means that the diameter is 1/7. Now that we've teased that out, we need to figure out what the radius is. The radius is always half the diameter. So the radius is going to be half of this, which is 1/14. Okay. Now what we get is the area. Area is pi times the radius squared. And the radius I said was 1/14. So we would get pi times 1/14 squared. Oh, 1/14 squared is, let's say, pi times 1 times 1 is 1, and 14 times 14 is 196. So we could just uh, pi times 1 is pi. So it's pi over 196. And since we're talking about area, right? We're square units. And that would be our answer. I'll box that. And there we go. Number 2. All right, number 2 over here. And let's take a look. When the bullseye on a target, look at that. It just doesn't hit it right there. Okay, now I have to refocus. Okay, the bullseye on a target has a diameter of 5 inches. The whole target has a diameter of 13.5 inches. What part of the whole target is the bullseye? Enter your answer as a decimal. Okay, so the bullseye is 5 inches. So if I draw a little picture here, the was it the diameter? Diameter is 5, and then on the big one, on the entire target, that diameter is 13.5. So we need to get the difference in the areas. So the area of the big circle minus, oh, not minus. We're finding what part of one of the other. Yeah, whoops. Um, so the question is, what part is this is this? So we will take area the area of the small circle and divide it by the area of the big circle. So that would be pi times the radius squared over pi times the radius squared. And uh, the pi's, they can just cancel. So we'll just take that out right now. It's just the radius squared divided by the radius squared. Well, the radius of the small one is half of 5, which is 2.5. So that would be 2.5 squared over half of 13.5, which I think it's 6.75. So let's see, just in case, 13.5 divided by 2 is 6.75. Okay, so that's 6.75 squared. And so if we do that, 2.5 times 2.5, I believe, is 6.25. And 6.75, I already have that loaded here, times 6.75 again. That's 6.75 squared is 45.56. I'll just round it off to the hundredths. 45.56. And now we have to take this number divided by that number. So 6.25 divided by 45.56 is, oh, excuse me. Ooh, I might feel another sneeze coming. That is 0.137. So that is equal to, or, I should say wavy lines about 0.137, which rounds to about 0.14. So I can say or 0.14. So they say do it as a decimal, but you could do it as a percent, and that would be 14%. So what does that mean? It means that this is 14% the size of the entire thing. Okay, number 3. Let's take a look at what number 3 says. Ooh. A round swimming pool has a circumference of 61 feet. Hank wants to buy a rope to put across the diameter of the pool. The rope costs 65 cents per foot. Hank needs 5 more feet than the diameter of the pool. How much will Hank pay for the rope? Okay, well, the pool has a circumference of 61 feet. Let's see. So going back to what is the circumference? That's diameter times pi. And so the circumference is it's known as 61 feet. So 61 is diameter times pi. Let's find out what the diameter is. We do that by dividing by pi. And I'll call that 3.14. So we need to know what 61 divided by 3.14 is. So 61 divided by 3.14 is 19.4. I'll call it 19.4. So 19.4 is the diameter. And so that's the diameter. And I had to get the diameter here because if you think about this, a round swimming pool, he wants to buy rope. So and I probably should have done this earlier, if you have this circular pool and he wants to get a rope here, we need to know the diameter. We know now that the diameter is 14.2 probably feet. Yeah, feet. But it also says here that he needs 5 more feet. So he needs 19.4 plus 5 more feet. So we'll add. So he needs 19.4 plus 5, which is what, 24.5? I'm sorry, 24.4 feet of rope. Okay, so that's how many, and then you multiply 24.4 times how much is he spending? He's spending 65 cents each foot. So, times 0.65, and I'm going to multiply that. 24.4 times 0.65, 15.86. Let's see. I have something a little bit different. So 15.86, $15.86. I'm wondering why I have such a different number, because I know that I have $15.60. Oh, I know. I know what's up. What I did is the difference is I just rounded to the nearest whole number in my solution. So instead of 19.4, I just used 19. And so that changes things a little bit. And so when you're doing this on the quiz, I certainly would be fine with you rounding to the nearest whole number. So that's 19. That would make it 19 plus 5, which would make it 24 feet of rope. Okay, and so 24 times 0.65 would be the $15.60. So, it's a little bit less precise, but that's fine. I guess, I guess it kind of makes sense because you're going to buy 19 point. How much rope do you need? I need 24.4 feet. And they're thinking, what? How many feet do you need? You say, it's 24. Although this would be a little bit short. I guess I see a case for either answer. So $15.86 or $15.60. I mean, either way, I see a case for either. Number 4. Number 4 says a stained glass window is shaped like a semicircle. Let's draw a picture. Okay, a semicircle right there. And the bottom edge of the window is 24 inches long. Okay, 24 inches long. 24 inches. Okay. And what is the area of the stained glass window? Round your answer to the nearest hundredth, if necessary. So the area of this, well, we need to remember that the area formula is pi times the radius squared. So that would be 3.14 times the radius. The radius is half that diameter, so it's going to be 12. So 12 squared. That would be 3.14 times 144. I'll get my calculator out. 3.14 times 144 is 452.16. And this is 452.16. But it's a semicircle. So I just took the area of an entire circle. You have to divide this by 2. So 452.16 divided by 2, I'll hit this divided by 2 is 226.08. 226.08, and this is square inches. We need to make sure we're paying attention to our labels. There you go. Number 5. In number 5, what does this one say? A radio station broadcasts a signal over an area with a radius of 48 miles. So this radius is 48. Okay. And the station can relay the signal and broadcast over an area with a radius of 79 miles. How much greater is the area of the broadcast when the signal's relayed? Round your answer to the nearest square mile. Okay, so the nearest whole number. Okay, and so the other one was 79 miles. So when you relay it, it goes even farther, and this is 79 miles. So what we need to do is that we need to take the area of the big circle and subtract the area of the small circle. So the area of the big circle would be pi times 79 squared minus pi times 48 squared. And 79 squared, so that's 79 times 79, which is this. Better just have this multiplied by pi right there, times 3.14 is big number 19,596. 19,596.74 minus, and we got to do the other one there. So it's going to be 48 times 48 is this, multiplied by pi. 7234, 7234.56. Okay, now I need to put that in again. Maybe I'll just subtract right now. 19,596.74, and it's going to be negative, but My answer has to be positive. So it should be 12,000. That would be 12,362.18. So that's done to the nearest mile. There we go. That's it. Okay. Number 6, our last one. Number 6. You'll see the question. The sides of a square field are 14 meters. Okay, I'll draw it. The sides of a square field. 14 meters. This is 14 meters. Okay. Um, and then it says a sprinkler in the center of the field sprays a circular area with a diameter that corresponds to the side of the field. So sprinkler right here goes in a circular pattern. Ooh, boy, that's not a good circle at all, but oh well, hopefully you get the idea. And the diameter of it is the same as the side of the field, corresponds to that. How much of the field is not reached by this? How much of the field is not reached by the sprinkler and around your edge to the nearest hundredth? Okay, so what we have to do, the plan is we're trying to find this area here. So that would be the area of the square minus the area of the circle. And the area of the square would be 14 times 14. So I'll just write that as 14 squared minus the area of the circle. Now that's going to be 7, right? Because it goes from the center to the edge. And it's going to be pi times 7 squared. Pi times the radius squared. 14 times 14, that's 196. Minus 3.14 times 7 times 7 is 49. And so I need to know what 3.14 times 49 is. 3.14 times 49, 153.86. So it's 196 minus 153.86. And I'm too lazy to retype all the stuff. So I'm just going to do that minus 196. It'll be a negative number, but that'll give me the answer. Just put it as positive. 42.14. It's already at the hundredths. So it's 42.14. And we have meters, square meters, because we're talking about area. And that concludes the video tutorial. I hope this has been helpful. Thanks for watching.